Oh man. We out here. Next pickup. We out here picking up some mushrooms. Got them shrooms on deck right now. This is a load that when I seen it, I'm like, what? This many stops for one load? And I'm looking at the distance and I'm like, it's about 900 miles. But then I look at the pay. Alright, so we're out here picking up a load of mushrooms out here in Pennsylvania. For all my people that run Prime Freight and Refrigerated, you may even know where I am, but it ain't for me to say. But what I will say is, dealing with refrigerated freight is, man, it's completely different than what I'm used to. Like, I ain't lying to you, not even a little bit. Like, the customer base and just the amount of just, what's the word I want to use? Just the detail with picking up refrigerated freight is like on a whole nother level, like I said, than what I'm used to. Now, by being food and people actually consuming, you know, the items and things of that nature, I completely get it. Let me see if I can change some of this. I don't like to do this kind of stuff while I'm shooting, but I want to give you the best visuals I can. But yeah, by being food grade things and food items, like I said, I fully and completely understand why in which, you know, the detail that's given is given. You have to. But like I said, just over here doing it the way we're doing it, man, this was the greatest decision I've made in a long time. Like, real talk. Other than getting this landing gear down. Bam. But yeah, man, like I said, just getting this particular load, just like other loads prior to this one, I really see the difference just in freight overall, and just how you know, certain items and the value of those items, the way they vary and the way they change, that being a straight cent per mile, you definitely get the short end of the stick. I mean, you're gonna eat regardless. You know, I made some good money prior to making this move, but I do realize that we left a lot of money on the table. You know, being able to take advantage of the variation in pay and just the overall variation of the product that you're hauling and the value of those products. I mean, it's literally, it changes the game up completely. Like, real talk, like, it changes the game completely. So being able to run the way we run and take advantage of those variations is like nothing nothing that we're used to. So like I said, this load we're on right now, it has 4 stops along with the final. So basically 5 locations we have to hit. Yo, it's your boy Mo 804. Like I said, we're gonna keep it all the way a buck. This is actually the first issue we've had with this truck. We're about a week in with it right now. I don't think it's nothing over the top major, but it's definitely major enough that for the moment I'm gonna have to really take a look at it and see if I can figure it out. I'll give you a quick breakdown of basically what the issue is, or kind of how it happened. I'm pulling into a stop here on I-76 service center for the most part to grab some grub. Get out of the truck, and I notice, some droppings or droplets, like a trail. I'm like, man, that's possibly coming from the truck. I then, smell it. My fault. I then smell it and realize that it's fuel. So then I started to take a closer look at it. You got it? That's cool. You got biscuit?
Yep.
She got chicken and the biscuits.
Yeah, because they ain't had no size that was good, and hell had pork and out.
That's all good. I don't know how well you can see that trail. I'll tell you. I don't know yet. We still waiting to see. Most of this trail right here, I don't know how well you can see that follows. I think it goes all the way down. I think it comes from me. I think. But so yeah, after a little closer investigation with it and kind of looking up under the truck, you can see that. That's all fuel. It came from the truck, went down to this puddle right here. This whole back side of the truck. Not as bad right there. You can see. For the most part, coming in fuel also. On catwalk, still got some fuel still there. For the most part, the whole backside of the truck, little streaks there, mud flaps, everything looks shiny and nice coating of fuel on it. So, like I say, even my stacks here still got some drip coming from them. I think the overall issue is one or two of these valves. Now, I'm assuming that this way is open. When we first got the truck, to my understanding, the passenger side tank or second tank was shipped closed. Let me see if I can turn this microphone around. This tank was shipped closed, and there's a second valve right under it. Let me see if I can move this little thing. It's a second valve under there also. But from seeing it, I think all the leaking was coming out of the end of this. But there's actually two valves underneath. I don't know if I had one open and one closed, because I actually never closed the second one at the bottom. When I first got the truck, I only did the top, because honestly, that's the only one I thought that it was. I just realizing right now, like literally, that it's two valves underneath. So I'm sure one is a return, one is an in and one is an out. So maybe the overflow of it let it spill over. I topped off both tanks earlier, but this one doesn't even look to even have been, nothing's come from it already. I'm sure if I check the other tank, that one's going to show that fuel's been coming out of it. So that's kind of, let me turn this back around. Let me zoom out a little bit. This is reporting live from Channel 32 News. From Married to the Miles, I on the spot. But yeah, I'm sorry about the noise from the refrigerator unit. I got a load of mushrooms that is running continuous, so not too much I can do about that. Now I'm gonna take a look at this tank on this side. Like I said, I filled both of them up at the same exact time together. But see, this one has a significant amount of fuel already gone. So that other tank, obviously, nothing's come from it. And like I said, that one valve, either it was not open and closed, and then the vacuum trying to pull fuel from this tank. Maybe it's air and it's pushing it out versus taking it through. I don't really know. So I'm in the process of checking on this whole situation right now. I'll probably be here now maybe 25 minutes. So as of right now, I'm not overly behind, but I do want to get this situation rectified, and I don't want to be sitting here leaking fuel. I don't know how long the fuel's been leaking. By the looks of the tank and how much fuel is still in it, it couldn't have been that long, because I would assume that if so, I'd be showing, like I say, a more significant amount of fuel loss. So really, I don't know, but that's really where I'm at right now. Just trying to get it all, troubleshot and figured out. But that's definitely where the fuel was coming from. Was out of this right here. And see, I don't know if this line is supposed to be running through this hole going down, but it wasn't. It was just kind of just hanging. My first thought was actually some type of tampering, but I've never really left the truck alone for real. Like I said, I didn't have any issue out of it last night. I drove throughout the night, delivered at a receiver this morning. Was with the truck the whole time. Went to make a pickup. Had a trailer washout. Got fuel. Picked up at my shipper. And we've probably been driving now, 200 miles, if not more. But yeah, this thing I still got spots that's probably enough fuel sitting that it's causing it to still do some leaks even from over here. Yeah, right there at the edge. It'll still fill up enough that it'll give me a drip even right now. We've been sitting here for, like I said, at least 20 minutes or so. But yeah, that whole back of the truck, that shine on there is not wax. That's all a good layer of fuel across the whole back of this truck. Probably there's not a dry part back here. So like right now, I'm waiting to get a few phone calls back to see what the situation possibly could be, what I could do to possibly correct it from here without involving a bunch of roadside and things of that nature that's going to prolong me sitting and possibly have me late on my loads. And that's what I don't want to do either. So it's not a over-the-top mechanical issue to the sense that the truck won't run, because it will, but I just definitely don't want to continue to lose any fuel or cause any issues from the fire aspect of it, and it's dangerous within itself. But yeah, that's me all under there. I don't know how dark it's going to be if I try to get under here to show you any of this. Pretty dark, but yeah, see, stuff is still dripping. So yeah, it threw a good amount of fuel everywhere. Like I said, stuff still dripping off of nuts and bolts underneath. Look at that. So like I said, it may have been leaking a lot longer than I assume. I'm looking at the trailer here underneath. Nothing looks to be wet and shiny or looking damp at all. So maybe it was just a good amount of blow, from it, but it all was basically circulating back, back forward, and it didn't completely go up underneath the trailer. But like I say, everything under there looks to be pretty dry. All right, so I'm out here now double checking. I did move locations from where I was, just trying to get back on some dry ground so I can, kind of take a closer look at it. What I did was I ended up turning that one valve that I turned a few days ago back to match the original one, because I had one was facing the frame, and I had turned one going parallel to the frame. So like I said, this was really the first time I really put a lot of fuel in this one tank. So maybe that had caused some type of vacuuming issue of some sort that forced fuel out of that one line. So what I'm going to do is get down the road a little bit, may try to travel another, maybe 30 minutes or so. I'm going to pull back over again and see if I see it continuing. Keep my eye on this particular tank on this side to see if I do see it being drained and used. And we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm going to keep a close eye on it. I've already spoken to the folks over at RST just to get some clarification on that end. So for the most part, we're on the same page with that. So we're going to give that a shot. I'm going to get down the road a little ways longer and see what the result of it is. I don't currently see any leaking. I don't know. I think I did just see something. I don't know, man. It's really hard to tell just what it all is. But like I said, I'm gonna get a few minutes down the road. I'm gonna pull back over and take another look at it and see what's what. So hopefully I've taken care of it, and it's nothing that continues to plague me. But I'm sure it's something as simple as that. Like I said, the truck being brand new, I think it was shipped with the valve on this tank opened or closed or one or the other. So I guess we're still in the troubleshooting stage now, just trying to figure out what's the best way and best position for it. So I'll see what's up with it. If need be, I'll visit a VOLVO dealership in the morning, or just a overall, truck stop. I may even approach another driver if I can see someone with a similar truck, and maybe take a look at how theirs is set up and try to, mimic what they got going on. But other than that, man, that is what it is. So I'm gonna keep it moving. We're currently on this load that we got to get to Ohio tonight, and Indiana in the morning, and then over to Missouri after that. So I got a good amount of running to do. I thought I was full steam ahead, but this was a small, quick hiccup. So we'll see. We'll see if I got it right, and we can get this over and done with and keep it moving. So appreciate y'all for following through. Like I said, we're gonna give y'all the real all the way around. So it's your boy Moedo Fo. That is Divine Earth. Chipping the truck too, and the VOLVO. 1 week with it, and this has happened. So I don't know, VOLVO, I don't know, but I ain't gonna hold it against you though. So we'll see what happens. Stick and stay. If you do know or have an idea of what it could be, drop that down the bottom. I know it's a lot of mechanically inclined people out there that watch. So if you got any tips or ideas what you think it could have been, I'd like to hear from you. Alright? Peace. Alright, so we are at stop number 1 out here in Ohio. We got to remove about, I think this stop gets to like 12 pallets off here. So I just want to double check or triple check, I should say, this fuel again, just to make sure everything is still everything. Hadn't seen any leaks. Everything looks to be pretty dry still, so I think the actual issue with the line was those valves being opposite of each other. Probably some type of pressure buildup when it tried to draw fuel out, which some kind of way was causing the fuel to come out of that overflow valve or just that particular in or out valve. I don't really know how the whole thing works. So I'm thinking we've pretty much got it taken care of. So like I said, just this quick check-in, just to add on to the video from earlier. You know, I didn't want to not complete it. So nice moon back there in the back. I don't know how well y'all can see that. But yeah, man, so looks to be straight for the moment at least. I really know in some pure daylight, and I even know more once I get the truck washed again, because I got to get all this fuel off the back and off all those components. I don't want all that stuff to be covered in fuel. So once I can get it washed, sometime later today, because we're already into a new day. Like I said, I have a few live unloads, about another 3 stops and a final. So I should finish up this afternoon in St. Louis area. Then I get this truck washed. And like I said, hopefully I'll be completely done with any of this fuel issue. So yeah, just like that, man. Hopefully it's straight. And it's not nothing that causes more issue. But it is what it is. So it's your boy Moedo4 signing out. Like I said, if all of you who gave any suggestions on what the issue could be in the comment section, appreciate that. So yeah, man, signing out. Hopefully I got it straight. And we running, baby. It's Married to the Miles. We're giving it to you the best I can. Appreciate y'all, man. Stick and stay. It's the only way. Holla at your boy. Peace.